afternoon, James and Leah. It's great to see you guys both. We're sorry that we couldn't meet you in person today, but we're really looking forward to talking about some of the exciting developments in your life and really trying to put these into some tangible numbers so you can really move forward with the best decisions really for you at this given time. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get started.
So first off, James, congratulations with the great success of the account. You've had some great growth and you have a strong financial position within the company, as you can see, with almost $10 million in owner's equity. Considering you've created some great value in both the mindset of consumers as well as your competitors, this is shown in Rolling Stone's offer of $50 million for GigHound. Because you are moving to Philadelphia this year, we do think it's going to be very difficult for you to run your business from afar. And considering you do have this reasonable offer for GigHound, we do advise you to sell it at this current.
So before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to kind of reflect on how you've been doing the past couple of years. So far, you've been making strides financially and living within your means by following our proposed budget plan for you. As you can see, you've covered your credit card debts, your business loan, as well as your car loan. Right now, you still have that $45,000 student loan, but that's a pretty low debt. But unfortunately, your savings are starting to deplete because of the cost of your wedding. But as you can see, you've been doing really well financially. So right now, we're going to kind of look into what further steps you can take in the future.
So having considered all your major prior financial decisions, we really wanted to start forecasting ahead for you to really understand some of the major milestones and purchases and different expenses that you could expect over your lifetime. And we really focused both on the short term and the long term. In terms of the short term, we took in those two considerations that you really asked us to consider, both the car purchase as well as your new home purchase. From a home perspective, we really encourage you to look at that third option. And we really believe that it has the most intangible as well as the best financial returns for you as a result of the low cost and as well as the opportunity to really make it your home. In terms of the actual mortgage, we really do encourage you to, instead of paying outright, even though you have the funds available to do that, we really encourage you to take advantage of financial leverage, and which simply means that you take out a loan, in this case for a mortgage, for less than the actual returns that you might get from investing those resources in other financial assets, as Kyle will talk a little bit later about. And so in that case, we encourage you to do it over a 30-year fixed period. We encourage you to do a similar thing with your two new car purchases as you move to Philadelphia, making those payments over 5 years. In terms of your expenses, we basically took what you've been currently spending, increased it a little to reflect your new lifestyle, and then set it at an inflation index of about 2.5% to reflect the real growth in the expenses over your lifetime. Considering everything from insurance to taxes and really making sure that we cover all those major milestone purchases. And finally, we strongly believe that you work to live, you don't live to work. And therefore, all of our projections are based on the assumption that you both quit your jobs and continue to live your life to the fullest degree.
So with the $50 million from GigHound, roughly $20 million is going to go to the government, and $30 million we kind of see 4 different areas that you need to invest in. First off is going to be a growing annuity, which you're going to spend a little over $3.5 million for at the moment. What that's going to do is it's going to cover most of your expenses that Kevin just talked about for the next 30 years. In addition, we recommend you take out another $1.3 million. That'll kind of be a short-term savings account, as well as cover some of your expenses in this upcoming year and balance out kind of the more expensive years that the annuity won't cover. In addition, you'll have about almost $25 million that we're going to recommend you put into a long-term savings plan, which I'll talk about in the future. But right now, Stephanie's going to talk about kind of what you're going to do with the $500,000 that we're going to put into a college savings plan for your kids.
Now that you're ready to start a family, we thought we would address one of the larger costs that come with having children, which is their education. We have a forecast of you having around 3 kids, and assuming that the rate of the cost of attending college or any institution of learning is around 6.5%. We feel that you should invest $500,000 into a 529 deferred savings plan, so that money will grow at a rate that will help you be able to cover the cost of any college that your children would like to attend, along with receiving the tax benefit.
So as I was saying earlier, you're going to have almost $25 million to invest in some long-term strategies. For the first 20 years, we're going to recommend that you put this $25 million in small cap equities. This is going to have fairly high risk, but considering diversification and the length of time that you're going to be investing, we do recommend this because the risk will kind of be diffused over the time. In addition, the following 10 years, we're going to recommend that you do large cap equities. These are going to be a little bit less risky, considering that you're only going to have 10 years to recoup any losses you may have. At this point in time, we're going to recommend that you take some of your money out again and invest in another annuity fund. This is going to pay for your remaining expenses over the rest of your life. The following $335 million is going to go to corporate bonds. These are going to beat inflation by a little bit and continue to grow as you age as well. So by the time you're 90, you're going to have about over $800 million and kind of excess cash that you can kind of do what you want with. In today's terms, that's going to be worth over $200 million.
So as you can see, you kind of have a lot of money on the side, and you can kind of choose where you want to spend it on. Some basic options are maybe a severance package for your employees, or donating to a cause or another charity that you're passionate about, as well as maybe opening a trust fund for your children, or kind of investing in your passions, maybe starting another band or a new company, or just kind of changing your lifestyle from a more comfortable one to a more luxurious one.
We really enjoyed speaking with you both, James and Leah, today, and really talking about all of the exciting opportunities that you have. Hopefully everything we've discussed gave you a little bit of food for thought, and over the next days, weeks, and years, you can really consider this and really start to implement this financial plan to really make the most sense for you. So we look forward to talking to you soon, and hope all is well with the new move and the new family.